everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Bryony and I'm one half of the Indecisive Readers. Today I'm here to do kind of 2020 in review. It's kind of like a mix of my Goodreads reading challenge in review and also just kind of things that I myself have reviewed. So yeah, let's just jump in. So the first thing I should say is I had a fantastic reading year. I read 128 books and my average rating was 3.8 stars, which I think is fantastic. To me, a 3-star review is like a good thing. It might be there were a couple of things I felt off about, but like 3 stars generally means good. So 3.8 stars was fantastic to me, and I think that's because I generally know what books I'm gonna like. I mean, we all think we know that, but I tend to like just not read books I don't think I'm going to enjoy. So yeah, I'm really pleased with a 3.8 star average reading and also 128 books. That's insane. That's like 10.7 books a month apparently, which kind of surprises me because I thought I had lots of books read a month, but when I got to 128 and I'm like, there's not that many, but there were some months where I was reading like over 17. And I don't remember any months where I didn't really read many, but there must have been. There were a few, I think I read 7 and stuff, so they must have been my bad months, which they aren't. The longest book I read this year will probably be the longest book I read for a few years running. It was last year as well, and I'm planning on rereading it again next year, so that is The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I adore this book. I have read it twice this year, so yeah, I did a physical read this time and I also did an audiobook listen before I did the physical read, and it was fabulous. And it's 848 pages long. The shortest book I read, I did actually read right at the start of the year in January for my kind of romance readathon, and that was Princess Ever After by Katie O'Neill. This was only 53 pages long. I can't believe I've like kind of forgotten to speak about it. I don't think I've spoken about it on my Instagram at all, which is unusual because it's so cute. It was really fun. I just wish it had been longer, but if it had been longer I wouldn't be talking about it here. So according to Goodreads, the most popular book I read was The Hunger Games. I feel like loads of people read it this year because prequel. And the least popular one I read was Tigers in the Tower by Julia Golden. I read this through NetGalley. It was quite good. With those being the longest and shortest books, the average number of pages I read was 367 pages. In total, I read 46,989, and now I'm looking at it, I'm like, could you not have found 11 pages elsewhere, Bryony? But then I would have got to 129 books, and then I would have wanted to read 130, so I never would have been pleased, apparently. So in terms of the kind of stats I have come up with myself, I apparently read 40 physical books, 53 ebooks and 30 audiobooks, as well as 11 graphic novels. Now this isn't to say they overlap, because I'm sure if you added them up it wouldn't be right, but I would read some graphic novels as ebooks and I'd read some ebooks and audiobooks at the same time, if that makes sense. I got 45 of these books from the library and I got 22 of them as ARCs, so that would be like 2019 or this year. Only 3 of them I think were physical ARCs, but the rest were NetGalley ones or ebooks, so that's another reason why some of them overlapped. I was going to work out how many series I started and how many series I finished this year, but I found it really difficult to work out because there were some series where I couldn't carry on because the next book hasn't come out, or there were some series that I'd started last year but finished this year, or some that I started last year and read one of, and then there were some series that aren't quite series but are technically series. So I didn't include it, but I have a similar blog post that I have written, so I'll link that down below. So you can see from October which series I was planning on reading, which ones I was probably going to DNF, and which ones I like might pick up if they took my fancy. So in 2020 I did a few rereads. Now there were 4 rereads, but I haven't read them in like 5 years, so it includes those. It includes me reading the prequel and the 3 Bone Season books that were already out because I read them last year, although I did reread one of them twice and I don't think I counted it twice. I also read this one twice, we've discussed. I don't know what that's added up to. Oh, and I also read The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. I listened to it as an audiobook this time just because I needed an audiobook at the end of the year and I thought this is quite a chill one. We'll go with it. I'm not surprised the most common format I read was ebooks because At the start of the year I read a lot of physical books, but from about June I didn't really. I think probably from June onwards I probably read only just 10 physical books. So the fact that I read so many ebooks doesn't surprise me, but the fact that it's only 53 does surprise me. So my top books of the year, I have a video coming out which I think will come out the Wednesday after this goes up, which has my 20 top books of the year. I filmed it in November, so a couple of the books I possibly would have included I didn't include in it, but I'm just going to come in with 10 more for you. Just 10 random ones out of that video, and you can see what ones I officially put in the video. It's not like my actual top 20, because I think I would have struggled to narrow it down because I read so many like fab books, but I had 2 like standout books, and then I've got another 8 for you. In that video I kind of do like best middle grade, best young adult, rather than just best books. So the 10 best books I have for you here are Legendborn by Tracy Deonn, The Invisible Life of Addie, LaRue by V.E. Schwab, The Radium Girls by Kate Moore, The Dawn Chorus and The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. I read The Dawn Chorus for the first time this year and I was amazed by all the stuff it packed into it, and The Bone Season because it was my best reread. It went up from a 3-star to a 5-star, and it went up to a 4-star as well in the middle because I read it twice, and it was just fab. I also have The Diviners by Libba Bray as a whole series. The first one I wasn't too enamoured with, but I fell in love with the series as it went on. Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston. I didn't get to include this on my top books of 2020 because I read it after I filmed the video, but it was absolutely fab. Comes out in 2021 and you should definitely pre-order it because I'm going to. Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown, You Should See Me in a Crown, and of course The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. There is a reason why I have reread this twice and I'm already itching to reread it again. I think I'm going to kind of satisfy my need to reread it by like finishing annotating it, because it's kind of annotated but not quite. And then, I mean, we've got to do the worst books of the year. I'm not making it an official video, I don't think. I don't have time for it. But we'll mention them here. So these aren't necessarily all... I mean, they are all bad books in my opinion. That's not to say they are generally, because obviously people will like them. There's definitely a couple of, or at least one controversial one in here, but I didn't enjoy them personally and they disappointed me. So the first is Aurora Burning by who's Jamie? By Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Sam and I have discussed this a number of times and I will link all our opinions below, but it was just done badly. At least one part of it was. I never liked the first one and then this one was just bad. 10 Things My Cat Hates About You. I was so disappointed in it. It was just made me sad. Athena's Choice by Adam Boostrom was again really badly done. It was a post-apocalyptic world in which men don't exist, but the main character fancies all the men and doesn't care that they do bad things, and just wasn't a good character and it wasn't a good story. It wasn't interested. Monstrous Heart by Claire McKenna. I got as a NetGalley arc last year and was delaying it because I knew it was going to be so bad, and you know, it was. And then Mixtape by Jane Sanderson was also a NetGalley arc, and Sam picked it up later in the year and he was like, oh, I found this book that sounds like a really cute romance. And I'm like, oh no. I'm sure I reviewed it on here. At the very least it's in a reading vlog, so I will link that down below. I was just very frustrated because it was a romance that kind of romanticizes cheating and I hate those books. So before I finish this video I am going to cover a couple of kind of bookish but not quite bookish wrap-ups. So the first is about the blog. When we started the year, I think we had about 20 to 25 followers on the blog and we gained 101, which is pretty cool. We also posted 109 times towards the end of the year. I think from about June, July, I got a lot better at posting. I'd be like 1 review a week, 1 discussion post. Whereas at the start of the year, I'd be like, something. And then sometimes it would be like a week, sometimes it would be a day between posts, and I got better as the year went on. So in total over the year we got 2,408 views, which is fantastic. It was so much better than last year, and the best month we had was in May, where there were 460 views. I think it was a combination of a few different posts, but that's pretty cool. I don't know how it's going to hold up for next year. I don't really have any kind of blog specific goals because it grows a lot slower than the channel, so I don't want to like make a goal and be disappointed. So I'm just like 50 more followers would be nice. A consistent kind of blog viewing would be nice, but that's cool. On the channel we started with 38 subscribers and I quickly gained lots in the start of the year because I kept like replying to follow to subscribe kind of threads, and so I gained 100 quite quickly, and then I just stopped kind of posting on those things. But at the end of the year we had about 253, so we gained 270 approximately subscribers in the year, which was fab. I was so pleased. Again, it was a couple of videos that got us that following. I did a load of recommendations for the Myth Take readathon. I did the Priory of the Orange Tree read along, which got a lot of followers on the blog as well and got a lot of views, and so I'm quite pleased. I think we got 5,214 views, which is insane in the last year. I don't think that's just from the videos we posted like in that year. It's probably from past ones and probably also from ones this year, but I'm really pleased with it. I have some videos I'm looking forward to coming out next year, including like flicking through this. I have some more painting ones I want to do. Sam and I have a plot for later in the year and potentially around summer, and yeah, we're hopefully going to do some more with the Indecisive podcast. So there were 97 new videos we posted in the year. Again, although I was always posting once a week, I got better at regularly posting. No, I was always regularly posting. In the last month I've been able to post twice a week. A couple of times I was posting like reading vlogs once a week or once a month or something, and so yeah, hopefully we're getting there. I don't know how long I'll be able to carry on with 2 videos a week. I know I will in January, but yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing where it will go. So yeah, I hope you had a great 2020 reading wise. Life wise is questionable, but I hope you managed to achieve some stuff anyway. I hope you are happy in yourself. Come and tell me some of the things you are proud about in 2020 and tell me some of the goals you have for 2020. My goals are going to go out I think the day before this comes out, so I will link it down below if so. And yeah, I hope you have a fantastic day. If you enjoyed this, please consider giving it a thumbs up and I will see you in another video. Bye.